everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Alex, and this is another episode of Alex Likes to Knit. Because I have airflow. If this is like a scoop neck, I don't think that I'm gonna want to wear it. If that doesn't get finished by Halloween, it's not a big deal. I'd like to. Whoa. Okay, hey, welcome. We're doing it again. Alex Likes to Knit, episode 29. To introduce myself, in case you have not been here before, my name is alexhayeschapple. I am an artist in San Antonio, Texas, and this is my channel where I talk about knitting, painting, and kind of the intersection of art and craft. I make my own clothes sometimes, like sewing, do some quilting, all kinds of things. This specifically what you're watching is my knitting podcast where I get on every few weeks and talk about all my knitting projects, what I'm making and kind of how they're going, and talk about all the details. So today I have lots to share. First, I just have one finished object, and then I have several works in progress, I think 6 that I'm going to touch on. The fall knitting plans are well underway. I'm excited to get into it. So let's start with my finished object. Alrighty, I'm gonna talk about these really quick because I have a bunch of works in progress that I want to get to. But I finished these socks that I was working on last episode. And they're gorgeous. I mean, they're so crazy fun. This yarn is from Mitchell's Creations, which is a hand dyer in Louisiana. And my sister Andy got me this yarn, and it's just a super fun rainbow variegated, like super crazy. And I just thought that was so sweet. Like, she just randomly got me this, which was so generous. So I'm going to make us matching socks. So these I'm going to give to her, and then I'm going to make another pair for myself with the leftovers. I think I have almost 50 grams left. So I think I'll make myself a pair with a contrast color, like cup heel toe or something like that. Yeah, just my vanilla sock pattern. I'm not going to go into detail about that, but let me know if you have questions. I'm kind of really not making as many socks as I have in the past because I've been more focused on garment projects, but I do have certain things that I do usually for socks, like a 2x2 cuff. I do a slip stitch heel flapping gusset with 18 slip stitch reed beats to give it kind of an extra deep heel, and this is a 56 round sock. Yeah, Mitchell's Creations. This colorway is called Unicorn Party. Isn't that great? Okay, so let's talk works in progress now. I want to start with the ones I had already started last episode. That just like makes the most sense in my mind. I'll give you updates and then talk about new cast-ons. So here's one that I thought maybe I would be done with, but like I said, I have not been knitting on socks very much. I have been taking my socks like out and about, but really not knitting on them at home, like at all. But my Christmas socks that I was working on, these are going to go to one of my sisters. I finished the first sock. So I was working on the first sock. I think I was past the heel, I'm not sure, last episode, and I finished the first sock and I have started on the second one, and I'm on the foot. So it has this colorwork pattern that is in the book Charming Colorwork Socks by Charlotte Stone, but this isn't the sock from the book. It's like the Holly something sock. I'll put it on the screen. I'll look in the book. But that sock pattern has this motif but multiple times, and I accidentally did like really big bobbles instead of like baby bobbles, so that there's like big ones where it should be like a little cluster of 3, and the way that she lays out the colors in the pattern is different from this. But I just used the chart and just did it once on the leg. Yeah, I'm making Christmas socks for my whole family, and I'm kind of almost done at this point. I have one more pair to make, and then I can make one for myself. I think I'm just going to make myself like a super scrappy one, or if I end up getting a Christmas themed hand-dyed skein, maybe doing that for myself. But yeah, I'll finish these for next time and show them again, but yeah, I haven't been doing that much sock knitting, so just a little sock flash here at the beginning. We can get into the real good stuff. I mean, socks are good. I'm not saying that socks aren't the good stuff, because they are, but I'm just so excited about the sweater projects and stuff that I have right now. Also, you probably noticed I changed around. I reorganized. Not really reorganized. I just moved around some things in my studio so that I would have a little bit better light and a little bit of a better background for the podcast. This is my art like collection of other people's work, and then I have some of my work, and then up here is my like postcard collection. And I kind of always have this wall set up like this, but I usually film facing a different way. But I thought this would be nice, and I have much better light here, so let me know what you think. Now let's get into my garment works in progress. Okay, I have a few Rebecca Clow patterns on the needles. This one's actually not on needles right now because it's kind of in timeout. But I am working on the Lauder Vest by Rebecca Clow. Oh yeah, you can really see the cables. I love how this pattern is looking, and I was really enjoying working on it. I had finished, last time I was on, I had finished the back panel, and I think I had done like this side of the front and then needed to pick up the other side. I'm pretty sure that's where I was at. So I picked up the other side, I did that, and I worked the front panel flat, and then I joined in the round and started working in the round. So right here I have just a few, like maybe 2 or 3 inches of body worked. Since I joined the body, now I'm working on the right side, just working all the way around. And it's bugging my hands. Like, it's like wearing out my hands to knit on this. So I can't work on it for very long. And yeah, it was just like kind of driving me crazy. So I'm going to take a little bit of a break from it. I've never done anything with this many cables on it. Not even close. I've made cable socks. I've never made a cable vest or sweater. So, I mean, this is a ton of cables. It's a small gauge. I'm using a size 3 needle, and this is a fingering and a lace weight held together. So I guess it's like just pretty tight. Like I'm kind of, especially like doing the cable round and then the next round after to knit across the where you twisted the stitches, it is kind of like you have to force it a little bit, and my hands are not liking it, and that's a bummer because I really want to keep working on this. I want to wear it. I have on my vest today, which I didn't talk about because I just jumped right into the socks. I'll talk about that in a second. Yeah, I want to wear it, but I don't want to work on it right now. So I'm just going to take a little bit of a break from it. I have, I have other things going, and the cord that I was using, I ended up switching that to a different project. So maybe I could get another of the same length cord so that I could just work on this a little bit each day or something like that. Because it was like preventing me from working on my other project that I want to work on, because this was using the cord that I want to use for the body. Yeah. So the yarn that I'm using for this, like I said, it's a fingering and a lace weight held together. These are the balls that I'm working from right now. So this is my fingering weight yarn. This is Fonte BB Merino. It is a 100% superwash merino fingering weight yarn from France that I picked up on a trip. It's really soft and it's really nice. This is my lace weight, and this is alpaca cloud lace from Knit Picks, which I'm really excited that I found this and that it's working out, because I can be a little bit sensitive to mohair. I have a mohair hat that just kind of irritates my head, and I have one non-superwash wool sweater that I find pretty uncomfortable. I'm planning to try some other non-superwash things because I did use like a very rustic yarn for that sweater. But anyway, I didn't want to use mohair. I thought maybe I would try Surrey or something, but this was actually a really affordable option. It's from Knit Picks, way cheaper than mohair or Surrey. So, and it's really soft because it's alpaca. So this is 100% alpaca lace weight. And holding these together, they're obviously a little bit different. This one's darker, but I think they blend really nicely. Like if I look really close, I can see that it's kind of doing it's like dark and darker. It's not like dark and light, you know, a little bit of a moral, but it's really nice, and it's not so fluffy that it hides the cables at all. It's not really that fluffy at all. It's very light on the halo of it. It has it just barely, not a lot of little threads coming off everywhere, which is going to be good and make it wearable for me. This vest, so I'll mention what I'm wearing. This is the Friday Slipover by Petite Knit, and I knit this in DK 100% superwash merino wool, and I can wear this just as a top like I'm doing right now, no problems at all. And I would really like to be able to do that with this because I live in Texas and like it's fall. I'm feeling the fall vibes. I'm loving it, but you know, it's still in the 80s and I can't really like be layering it up. So I'm not going to wear this whenever it's 80 degrees outside, but like you get the idea. I want it to be fairly light and not have to layer it and it not be like super insulating. It's just like a cozy little fall moment, which is how I feel about this. It's like, it's giving my outfit a fall look, but it's not that hot because I have like, you know, airflow. What else is I going to say about this? So yeah, this is the Lauder by Rebecca Clow. There's a bunch of options in this pattern. I am doing the crew neck vest. There's a crew neck and a V-neck. There's a vest, a cardigan, and a pullover. And yeah, I decided to do the crew neck vest. I am knitting a size 3 and planning no modifications because it's a fairly complicated stitch pattern and everything. I'm just going to follow the directions as closely as I can, which I've been doing well with so far. I have not picked up my neckline or my armholes yet. They do have ribbed finishing on the neckline and the armholes. And this does look small for sure, but my swatch, I swatched and blocked my swatch and it like stretched out this way quite a bit. So I think the fit is going to be really good. I was on gauge after blocking my swatch. So I think I just need to get to a place where I can work on this just a little bit every day, which is going to be either finishing my other project that has the cord on it that I need for this, or getting another cord, which we'll see what happens. I'm not sure if I want to get another cord. So this it's kind of in timeout, but I did make quite a bit of progress on it, and I think that I just need to slow down and I'll be just fine to keep working on this. So that is the Lauder. Let me move this marker here down to where I'm at so I can show progress next time. Little pretzel marker. I made these out of polymer clay. Okay, this one I talked about a little bit last time. I definitely did. I don't know where I was at, but this is the thing that is taking the cord that I could be using for my vest. I decided that I wanted to put it on this project instead because this is stockinette. It's a looser gauge, and this is just a lot easier for me to work on. And this is going to be my like chill stockinette project for at home if we're like watching something. And this crazy thing. This is a Tolsta tank, which is also a Rebecca Clow pattern. And don't worry, there is another one in the stack. I'm making a super scrappy tank top to be part of my Halloween costume because I want to be a yarn fairy for Halloween. So this is step one, is making this tank top, and then I'm going to get some wings and accessorize, you know, with some crazy socks and like stuff like that. I think I want to get wings and like put pom-poms and stuff on them. So I can kind of add to my costume every year. You know what I mean? So this is my yarn fairy costume. I have not gotten very far because I wasn't working on this because I was working on the Lauder. And then I was like, wait, I want to finish this by Christmas. If that doesn't get finished, not by Christmas, by Halloween. I want to finish this by Halloween so I can wear it. If that doesn't get finished by Halloween, it's not a big deal. I'd like to... Whoa. What just fell? Did you hear that? Okay. Oh my god, it scared me. I had some paintings. I have my closet right here. I had some paintings like stacked up like this on top of like a plastic box crate thing, but the top like wasn't on the box, so they were kind of precariously on there, and it just like fell, and that freaks me out. I'm fine though, and all the paintings are fine. Okay, yeah, this is just a scrappy Tolsta tank. I have made the Tolsta tank before. I knitted a size 3 out of a cotton and synthetic, like cotton bamboo, I think, blend. Any fingering weight yarn. Those were like 50 gram, they were 50 gram skeins that I had bought, and I got 3 and made the size 3. And I was worried about running out of yarn and stuff and ended up making that one a little too short. It's not too short to wear. I've worn it. But I wanted to make one a little bit looser, a little bit longer, just for it to be more like casual and like whatever. I think that this crazy color, like I'm definitely not gonna just like casually wear this, but like maybe I would wear it to like Pride or like something else that's like themed to where it'd be fun to like wear something super colorful. So for this one, I'm knitting the size 4, and I'm gonna make it a bit longer, still cropped, more like hip length. Yeah, and I'm just using leftover sock yarn, so I am doing the 4-ply version again, and I'm knitting it with a size 2 needle, which is what is recommended in the pattern. So yeah, I'm on this little sparkly stripe. This one has some stellina in it. So we'll see how far I can get before next time. I think that it's on the 19th or something, there is a neighborhood Halloween party. I almost said Christmas party. There's a neighborhood Halloween party that I would like to dress up for. That is what I want to be done with this by. So I need to work on this. So hopefully lots of progress before next time. I might even, like, the next episode might be after that. So I might need to be done with this. But yeah, just a super fun, silly thing for October. Alrighty. This one I had also started last episode. And I definitely have made some progress on this one. This one is just, it was going so quickly. I'm taking a little bit of a break from it right now. Really, I didn't have needles on it, and I was like, oh, that'll actually be good for filming the podcast. Let me go ahead and put this on for you. Alrighty. This is the Aosta Sweater by the Knit Purl Girl, and I'm missing a sleeve, clearly, but I finished this sleeve and the body. So, yeah, this is kind of hip length for me. My belly button's up here. And yeah, it's so fun. I like the fit. I like how small and like kind of tight the collar is. It's still super easy to get on and everything. And then the like arm, I just did like some gradual decreases. So it's like, it's definitely kind of puffy and oversized. Let me take this off. I'm gonna get too hot, but like only on one side. So this is the Aosta Sweater by the Knit Purl Girl, but I have made some pretty hefty modifications. This is meant to be a bulky weight pattern, and I'm using a worsted weight yarn and a large needle size. So I have gauge, but I have a very stretchy, kind of wholly airy fabric, which is going to be good for me because, like I said, I live in Texas and it just doesn't get that cold. Like, I want something that's like, oh, it's cozy, but like I'm not actually going to get like too hot while I'm wearing it. And I think that this will be good for that. This is also a acrylic and wool blend, and so I was a little worried about the acrylic being like stifling. So that's why I wanted to go with something where I could get a more open gauge. So I can see, because I'm looking like up to the window, like the light is just like, it's coming through it. So that is good to me. And it's not like too see-through. Like you can't see my shirt underneath it or anything. But yeah, so I modified the yarn choice, of course. Also the collar, this sweater pattern has a very thick, chunky collar, which makes sense for a bulky weight sweater. But for this to be a light and airy sweater, it just made more sense for me to have a more minimal, thin collar. So I did that, and then for the sleeve, I don't even know what the sleeve decreases in the pattern say. I kind of stop reading the pattern after I get to splitting for the body and sleeves, and I just do my own and mark. I have some stitch markers marking where my decreases are, so that I can match them on the other side. And once I do pick this up in the next few days, this will be done pretty quickly. So I think this will be done by next episode, as long as I do actually pick it up, which I think I will, because if I can finish this and the Tolsta tank, which I could, if I focus on these, I could finish these, you know, in the next week or two. If and when I finish these, I want to get yarn for sweaters for my sisters. That's the next, like, both of them really are my next like simple projects that I want to do, and I want to make those for them for Christmas. So I still have time. Today is October 2nd. Yeah, I have plenty of time. I'm gonna make both of them like stockinette DK weight sweaters. But yeah, I want to get some things off the needles, preferably these two things, because this one's not stockinette, but the pattern is so easy that it's kind of like that. Get those off the needles so that I could start a new project. The yarn that I'm using for this is Heatherly worsted from Knit Picks, which I have a whole story about how and why I ended up with this yarn in this light green color, which is not something that I would have chosen for myself, but this is what I ended up with, and I was like, I'll make a sweater. And so I'm really happy with how easily and nicely it's coming together, because if it wouldn't have come together easily and nicely, I would have just given up on it and donated the yarn. But yeah, it's working out well. I think this will be a good addition to my wardrobe. I just don't have a lot of hand knit sweaters in general. I've made tons of socks. Like, I have a sock drawer full of hand knit socks. I give hand knit socks to people all the time. I have not made a lot of sweaters and like garments. So I'm excited to have more, like have a little bit of a chunkier one, have a lighter one, like just have like different things. So it's great. And yeah, that yarn is really affordable. It's not scratchy or anything. Like, it's not like magically soft, but it's definitely wearable, and like it's not going to bother me or anything. It doesn't bother me to knit with or for it to be on my lap. And it's washable, which is great. Okay, next one. So this is my new cast on, which I'm pretty sure, like, I've talked about this several times, how I wanted to make this, and it is happening. It's not really going like I want it to, but it's happening. This is the Kip Sweater by Rebecca Clow. I told you there was another Rebecca Clow pattern coming. And I'm still excited about it, but I'm having doubts. I'm having issues. And I'm not doing that well keeping track of the pattern. I feel like I just figured it out. And the amount of hours that I have already spent on this piece is kind of crazy. The gauge is super tight, especially row gauge. It's 44 rows per 4 inches or something, because you do all of these slip stitches. So the rows are just super tight together. So it just takes forever to get length on this thing. And it's a knit and slip stitch texture. It's not hard, especially looking at the right side of the fabric. You can see exactly where the slip stitch from your last row is, and it tells you exactly where you need to put your slip stitch for the row that you're on. So you don't need to really fully count the whole time. You're just kind of reading your work and you can kind of keep going. My issue was, for a while, whenever I was looking at the wrong side and I was trying to count purl, purl, slip, slip, purl, purl, slip, slip, purl, purl, slip, slip, I would get off somehow. Something would distract me and I would have 3 of something or 1 of something, and then I would get off and I wouldn't notice because it's harder to read your stitches from the wrong side. So I would kind of pop over every now and then, make sure I'm still on the right track, and realized so many times that I had gone wrong and then had to tank back. And that was only happening on the wrong side. And so I was just annoyed because I'm I just want to do this in the round. This will be fine whenever it's in the round because the right side is easy. So I decided last night, I did probably 1.5 inches of this last night. I worked on this for a few hours last night. What I decided was I would knit across and then do the thing where instead of turning your work and purling right to left, I would knit right to left and then knit left to right, and then knit right to left, knit left to right. So I'm looking at my slip stitches, I'm reading the pattern, and I'm knitting the whole time. So yeah, I taught myself how to do, I looked it up and everything, or I don't even know. I don't know where I learned about that, but I used to do that for the heels of my socks. I would get really annoyed turning the work and doing the purls. I didn't want to do the purls. I was I hate purling. I'd rather knit backwards. So I would do that, or do it sometimes just so if I didn't feel like purling, I could still work on the heel. I don't know. I used to do that a lot with the heels of socks, and I haven't done that in a long time. But it's working really well for this. It doesn't look any different. And yeah. So a little bit of backwards knitting on this. I knit right to left, which is what I normally do. And I have the yarn in my right hand. So I'm kind of flicking the yarn, not throwing, but I have it over my finger. So then whenever I knit the other way, I still have the yarn in my right hand. And so then I'm doing, I think it's I'm doing English and then I'm doing continental, that kind of thing. I don't know which one's which. But I have the yarn in my right hand and I'm going to the right, and then I still have the yarn in my right hand and I'm going to the left. I don't know. Yeah. So this is much better now that I have that. I still have a bit to work before I can join in the round, but I'm getting closer. I'm feeling a lot better about it, because here, from the bottom of the neck here, I think I need 5 inches. So yeah, I have 2 or 3. So I'm getting there. And so that was one of the issues that I was having. And then also, look at this hole for my head. That's kind of big, right? Like, I don't know. Like, is it okay? It just seems really big and I'm kind of worried about it. Like, this looks fine in the front, but then it's like, there's a lot of room in the back. Look. Like, what? And I remember Megan from A Naughty Mess tested this pattern, and she also had a very large neck opening, and it did close quite a bit from like doing the pickup and doing the collar, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. Like, it looks so nice in the pattern photos, and I just can't imagine how this is going to do that. And if this has like a scoop neck, I don't think that I'm going to want to wear it. I don't know. Yeah, so then that makes me want to pick up the neckline and see how it's looking, but I need to get more done on this before I pick up the neckline. This is not, yeah. And then look at the edge. Like, the edge is like lettuce. And I've seen other people's whip photos where it looks like this, so I'm like, I guess it's gonna be fine. I don't know. It's just, it's tough because, like, I've been spending so much time on this and I'm worried that it's not gonna come out right. And I'm just like really carefully following the pattern. I'm knitting the size 3, did a gauge swatch, I got gauge, and I'm just following the directions to the best of my abilities. So I don't know why it's looking wonky, but also maybe it's fine. If you've made this or you've seen like another like podcaster make this, like, let me know if this is okay. I think it is, but it just makes me feel uneasy. So this is the Kip Sweater. Also, I'm using the recommended yarn, which is Durand Natura Ulysses. This is the recommended yarn. I got 8 skeins. I wasn't sure how many I would need for the sweater, but I think that I only need 6 or 7. That'll be good to have extra though. But yeah, I got this on a trip too, and it's a non-superwash woolen spun yarn, so it's really lightweight. It's really soft for being a non-superwash wool, so I'm not worried about it being itchy or anything. If it is, like if it's a little bit itchy on my neck or something, then I mean, I'll be wearing stuff under this most likely because it's like more of a winter sweater, so I'll probably be wearing at least a t-shirt, if not, you know, a long sleeve or something under it. So yeah, we'll see what happens with this. It's, I don't know. It's something. Okay, that's... Alrighty. Okay. Yeah, okay, that's all of the knitting. Do a quick sewing update and then a little bit of an art/life update. Sewing, because I have been sewing, I made these shorts. Check them out. It's not... Okay, you can't see them. It's fine. Maybe I'll put a picture. These are the weekend chore shorts by Matchy Matchy Sewing Club, or Sewing Patterns or something. Matchy Matchy Pattern Club. I love them. They're really comfortable. I made them out of a thrifted linen cotton blend bed sheet. And I made a size large. And I love them. I probably could have made a medium. I needed a large for my like hip measurement, but they have so much positive ease in the hips. Like, they have so much extra here that I could have made a medium, because like then this is I mean, that's a lot. It would have been fine, but also like this is fine too. They're just kind of puffy and loose, and they're very comfortable, and I think they're really cute with this top. I wore them with my Tolsta tank that I was talking about that's cropped. That's cotton. I wore that to market. That was really comfortable and cute. Love wearing like a fully handmade outfit, like today. Went to the coffee shop today, feeling very cute in my handmade outfit. Yeah, and then after I made these, I started making a dress because I need a bridesmaid's dress for my friend's wedding. She's getting married at the end of November, and she just wants everyone to wear blue. So everyone's going to be wearing kind of different colors and textures and things of blue bridesmaids dresses. So I went to the mall to try on dresses, and I had trouble finding things that fit because my top is much smaller than my bottom half. So dresses and jumpsuits and things, like it's really hard for me to find stuff that fits. I found one dress that was like okay, but it was so expensive. There's no way I was gonna wear it again, and it still like kind of didn't quite fit. Like it still was like kind of big on the top and kind of small on the bottom. So I was like, I know how to sew. Maybe I can make a dress. So I did. I went to the fabric store. I spent $30 on polyester satin fabric. I bought a pattern for $12 and thread for $3. And I made a dress. And let me show you where it's at. I'm gonna make some adjustments. Here it is. This is the dress that I made. Or here's the top of it. It's like a T length. It like goes to like mid calf. And I'll sit down. I can put up a picture of myself wearing this too. I am going to make some adjustments though. I didn't knit this. I sewed the size, I think it's a 40. I'm not sure. I think it was maybe UK sizing or something. I'm not sure. But I picked a size based on my chest measurement, and then I graded it out to give myself extra room in the hips. So this fits really well around my hips and on my waist. However, in the bust up here, this part just like sticks out under my armpit. Like it like sticks out like this. And it's kind of coming off my shoulders, which is kind of what this is doing too. But I'd rather it like be more like that and like not like this. I can put a picture of myself wearing it. It'll probably be hard to tell the like fit issues that I'm having. But my plan is to recut the top pieces because you make the skirt and you make the top, and then the last step is sewing them together with this gather. And the top, it's fully lined, so I can't just like take it in. Plus, if I did like just fold this up and take it in, this would still be coming off my shoulder. So I cut my pattern pieces, or I didn't cut them yet, but I've marked them, and I'm gonna take some off of this, some off of this, and then like grade it out so that it still fits correctly on my skirt piece. Right? I think that should work. So I bought one more yarn of fabric for $10 so that I can just recut the pieces instead of taking this apart. That way I can just take apart the top from the skirt instead of like unlining this. I can't. That would not be good. Yeah, so I'll show this next time if I get it finished. But I have the materials and everything. I definitely feel confident that I can wear it. Like I could wear it as is. I just don't love it yet. And I still have like a month and a half. So I have plenty of time. I made this over the course of a few days. So it will not be long for me to redo the top. And then I'll have a nice blue dress. Yeah, I also have a weird pinch thing. Like, so this part's gathered, but then like, I like pinched it kind of right here. No, it's right here. So that is going to drive me crazy. My gathering is not even, so I'll get a chance to kind of fix that a little bit. But yeah, I've been sewing. a lot. My art update, which is also kind of similar to my sewing update. Let me go find my, oh no, it's up here. I finished this piece. Check this out. This is a panel. It's a wood panel. I took a piece of fabric and like stitched these teeny tiny scraps to it and then like wrapped it around my panel like a canvas. So I finished this piece this week, like yesterday, and I submitted this to a show. Hopefully to get in. I don't know, like the show that I submitted it to, it's like later in the year, it's in San Antonio, and I have no idea like how competitive or anything it's going to be, so I'm trying not to like get my hopes up. But I submitted this to a show, and that would be really, really cool if I got to show it in San Antonio. Yeah, I've been doing some fiber pieces, like some quilt-like pieces and things. Here's some little baby ones that I've kind of made as test pieces. So I'm like making little quilts and then wrapping them around these canvases. Also just regular painting. This is one of my new paintings that I really like. I really, really like how this one came out. And I have a few more. But if you want to see more of my art, I will be posting, actually it's going to be up before this one. So go check out my video. That is all the art I made in September. Really, it's like August and September, because in August I did a travel sketchbook. So I already posted my travel sketchbook and the walkthrough for that. I spent most of August and a little bit of September working on that. And I'm going to show in this video, you'll see like everything else I made in August and September. So you'll see this again, my other paintings I did, and a bunch of sketchbook work and stuff. So if you're into art and painting and things, check that out. I'm doing Birdtober, which is an art challenge where you paint a bird every day. So this is day 1. It's a blue jay, and this is day 2. It's a robin. The composition on this is kind of weird. But yeah. That was a long art update. But basically, yeah, check out my other videos if you want to see art. Follow me on Instagram. Check out my website. I have prints for sale on my website. If there's anything else that you see me share about on Instagram or on a video or anything that you're interested in purchasing, just let me know. I haven't put originals and everything on my website yet. I also have postcards coming, which are going to be really cute. Those are coming really soon. Okay, I'm going to go. That was a lot of talk about art, but I hope that you enjoyed the knitting, and thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!